Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Gregory Leskin, and I serve as Director for Military Families for the National Child Traumatic Stress Network. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And I'm Julia Yeary. I'm the Director for Military Family Projects at 0 to 3. So glad you could join us today. In the 1913 book by Eleanor Porter, we meet Pollyanna. She's a young girl who unfailingly has an optimistic outlook. I remember watching this 1960s classic movie with Haley Mills and seeing how Pollyanna handled adversity. She really influenced me, and whether naturally or because of this influence, I always tried to see the bright side of things. Pollyanna would play the glad game. When things weren't going her way, she would try to think of something to be glad about. Now, most of you probably aren't as old as I am, but I did make my kids watch it when they were little. So maybe you saw Pollyanna too. If not, no big deal. But I do think there's a lot that we can learn from Pollyanna. What Pollyanna was trying to do is have a positive growth mindset. This is a way to view those challenging times and setbacks in our lives, to know that in time and with work, we can shift things to more to our liking. It's knowing that we have the power over our own life that matters. Psychologist Carol Dweck and her colleagues in their early research has shown that it makes a difference when we can shift our mindset from I can't do this to I can't do this yet. Some people aren't always born with this ability to think about how they can influence their feelings about circumstances. What we know is that parents can help their children to develop this growth mindset, which really supports powerful resiliency and positive self-esteem. Today, Dr. Leskin and I are going to share some tips with you on helping your child to develop a positive growth mindset. Now, Pollyanna did skip a few steps with her glad game. She would go right from a tough situation to what can I be glad about? And it isn't quite as easy as that. We wouldn't want to go from, hey, son, don't be sad because your dad left on deployment. You can be glad because I bought you this awesome PlayStation game. No, this shift from ain't it awful, I can't handle it to I can't handle it yet requires one to first acknowledge the difficult emotions that are involved. As parents, we know that when your child is hurting emotionally, we want to, as a parent, make those tougher emotions just disappear, right? Um, but in reality, what we really want to do is help our children learn that it's also okay to be mad or sad, hurt, embarrassed, and all the other rich emotions that humans experience. What we want them to know is that all of their emotions are important and that they won't break when they feel the ones that aren't so happy, that they have the power to do something about it, about what they're feeling. So let's take a look at how we can help school age children first develop a positive growth mindset. Greg?
Julia, I completely agree that it is very important to help children develop a growth mindset. A child who is taught a growth mind approach becomes open to learning and growing from mistakes and errors rather than seeing their abilities as fixed and unchangeable. The first and probably most important source for growth mindset is at home, as children watch and repeat how their parents respond to their own mistakes or difficulties that can arise. Let's remind ourselves, friends, and family to repeat positive messages to their children as often as possible and to model a growth mindset strategy where learning and growth happen precisely when we make mistakes or feel the stress, but continuation and persistence is the most important part of the learning. Also, children can easily feel anxious, sad, or express negative feelings. Just as Julia mentioned earlier, each of these emotions serves as a type of expression by the child of their need in response to some goal. They might need to feel emotionally closer, or to be heard, or to be fed, or to feel like they fit in. It is really important to help children accept these emotions, even uncomfortable, bored, or painful emotions, and help to reframe these experiences as opportunities for growth with an expectation for positive future outcomes. This, in fact, may be the most important part of learning a growth mindset. The child learns that emotions are not equated with failure or become overly identified with the emotional state. Rather, they learn that their emotions are signals that they may need to pause, connect with others, and can grow from their experiences and insight and learning. It may be very important to help children learn these key skills early in life, reframing challenges as optimistic and positive learning, and especially as opportunities to accept a wide range of feelings, to label or name and express these emotions with others. At the core, this approach will instill positive, hopeful belief that good events will happen in the future and that children can continue to make positive things happen despite any setback, mistake, or challenge that comes their way. I think we can all identify optimistic perspectives about the future. Being optimistic means thinking about the future, expecting that things we want to happen will happen, acting in ways to make positive things more likely to occur. Hope, optimism, and future mindedness are all equally linked to these same ideas that being positive will lead to good outcomes. Research by Martin Seligman and others suggests that having an optimistic style may become solidified by the age of 8 years old. Additional research on this subject would suggest that children are naturally hopeful unless that hope becomes derailed due to trauma or loss. While it is important for parents to model optimism, hope, and positive beliefs about the future, children will also pick up these messages from their environment, including teachers and peers, the internet, and media. Starting at a young age, it is critical to both model and show your kids the concrete steps to set small, realistic, and attainable goals, as well as the steps to achieve them. Helping the child to learn to think and believe that they can reach their goals is a necessary part for the child to develop an optimistic strategy to continue to make efforts to achieve their goals. There are some very practical ways to share a daily optimism exercise with your child. Try a 3-minute journal or drawing exercise about ways to stay optimistic despite setbacks or challenge with your child. And be sure to identify and help label all of the emotions that may arise when your child thinks about these challenges occurring in the future. Encourage your child to write down or draw these feelings and help them to describe, name these feelings, and talk about how they can have all these feelings and still expect positive things to happen in their life and in their future. It's also a good exercise to think about how they would like to feel in the future as they accomplish each of their goals. Helping your child to learn to think and believe that they have ability to reach their goals is a necessary part, a critical part for your child to develop an optimistic belief system and solid belief in continuing to make efforts to achieve goals no matter what the outcome is. Julia?
You know, the the best gift that you can give your infant is to say out loud what you think your baby is feeling. Observe and share. Help your littlest one learn that all of those emotions have words to go along with them. Are you feeling fussy? Do you know why? Let's check to see if your diaper needs changing. Oh, yes, it does. Let's change you. Oh, now are you angry? You don't like that cold air on your body. Let's put this little blanket on you while you change so you can stay warm. Now, is that all better? Let me hold you. Do you like that snuggling with dad? Are you feeling content now? Having this emotional word exchange is great for your infants to start to learn these different emotional experiences. And with your toddlers, continue labeling the emotions, including the happy ones, with words like excited and joy, calm, content, and emotions that are a bit tougher, like sad or angry, frustrated, scared, disgusted, worried. And don't forget states like tired, hungry, wide awake, full of energy. You get the idea. When your toddler's having a tough time, first sit with that emotion, helping your toddler to feel seen and heard. You are angry that mom won't let you touch the TV remote. You wanted to play with it. And now you're a little sad that you don't get to play with it. Once your child is calm and your child seems to get that you know what they're feeling, then you can help your child think about what they can do about it. What can we play with instead of the remote? How about this music box? With an older toddler or a preschooler, you might invite them to express their emotions creatively. My daughter was 3, her dad deployed, and she really missed him. When she would say she was sad because she missed her daddy, one of our favorite things to do was to get out her crayons or her paints, and she would create something to send to him. It helped her to feel connected to him and to express her emotions. I would always write her description of her art so her dad would better understand what she was trying to say through her pictures. Sometimes the pictures would break my heart. Things like, "This is me crying because I miss you," or "This is me mad because you got deployed." However, the idea was to let her express her feelings, to have control of her feelings, and to do something about those feelings. She couldn't make the separation end sooner. She had to accept that. But what she could do was share her feelings with others, do something to make herself feel better. Sometimes she didn't want to think about her dad, and her pictures were, "This is me playing with my dog," or "This is me at the beach." And sometimes she would say she didn't want to draw a dad a picture. She just wanted to cuddle with me, and that was okay too. After helping her to express her feelings, I was letting her think about what would help, and then I would support her putting that into action. Dr. Marva Lewis suggests that we ask ourselves, what is this emotion telling me about what I need? If we can teach our children to accept all of their emotions, then use that information to inform how they can take positive action to help themselves feel they want, that's a gift. We'll have children who know that when I feel sad or angry or any way that doesn't feel good, I can talk about it. I can draw about it. I can distract myself, or I can ask for help. And that, my friends, is powerful. Want to learn more about helping your child develop strong emotional awareness and self regulation? Um, 0 to 3 has a great article that shares books to help little children handle big emotions. We're putting the link to that article in the chat so you can check it out. It includes the books Holding Pot and Once I Was Very, Very Scared, and You Weren't With Me, all by Dr. Chandra Ghosh Ippen. Great, great books, as well as a couple others. Military One Source also has several articles on personal resilience and positivity. You can connect with them or with an MPLEC or a chaplain to learn more about helping your child or helping yourself develop this positive growth mindset. As always, we thank you for all that you do for yourself, for your family, and for our country. Thank you.
Thank you.